So let's do a little bit of a technique here. I'm going to grab a baby wipe. So a lot of my, well, I have 4, not a lot. So I have 6 stencils, and then I have 6 stencils and masks. So this is a stencil, this is the mask, right? Because it's really nice to have both versions for technique possibilities. And I love playing with both. I'm obsessed with this little bird right now. If you go look over there, it's on 1 out of every 2 samples probably. So I'm going to lay this stencil down and rub. You guys have probably seen this before, the reduction stenciling with the baby wipe. It removes the paint. That wipe is really wet. Okay. And then because you also have the mask version of the image, you can really play and layer those images over and over. Okay, so there's the reduction. Now generally you would lay your mask down and then spray paint and then lift it up, and then you have the negative of the image. Well, I'm doing the opposite lately. So I'm going to put some paint down. Tim was like, how do you end up covered? This is how. He's like, I cannot believe you have paint everywhere. I'm like, oh, that's how I work. I'm going to put my mask down and then I'm going to rub. So I'm kind of doing the opposite. And I don't do anything carefully. Everything is quick, and done is better than perfect. It's one of my mottos. Just do it. There's no think. If you come to my class, I have a couple rules. One of them is no thinking. Thinking does not serve you well with the kind of art that I do. You just have to go and try. They'll make more paper. I don't know if you knew that, but there's more paper in the world. So just, you can look through my journals and some of it's butt ugly art. So, edit that out too. So, it's not the best, but that's where I learn and practice and experiment and have fun. It's just such good fun. It's therapy, right? So, I love the yummy grunge. I like grunge, yeah. See how I'm getting the same image layered over and over. Repetition is a very important part of making art. When you repeat a motif, it reinforces it, it makes it sophisticated. Yeah. Not that I'm very sophisticated, but you get the idea, yeah. That repetition. You can also lay your stencil back down. I don't have a black paint, you might have noticed, or not, because I haven't looked close enough yet, but you'll see that I don't have a black paint in my line yet. Because I just couldn't choose, and I wanted to include, anyway, I had 13, I had to narrow it to 12. So I killed the black, because I don't use black paint that often, and we have black gesso. So for what I use black paint for, this will be just fine. But this color is what I use all the time. I buy buckets. I buy buckets of this color. So this is a dark navy. So I use this as my dark neutral all the time, and it's just better than black because it's less harsh. It's just a great color. So after you get your page done, the ink, because it knocks down to kind of a satin finish, you can write on it really well. If you're scrapbooking, you can do your journaling on the page. You can stick labels, whatever you love to do. The answer is yes. Can I do that? Yes. Stamp right on the page. The ink that I use is archival, because archival is made to stamp on surfaces that are slippery and paint is plastic. So you need to use an ink that will work on it. So I'm using archival. Oopsie. The reason why I made these girl stamps is because you all think you can't draw. You can. And I can teach you. Oh, are you challenging me?
I might be.
I promise I could help. I used to tell everyone I couldn't. I would say I use stamps and stencils because I can't draw. And then one year I decided, well, why can't I? And you know what I found out? I can. And I also found out that everyone can. You can improve. I mean, not everyone is somebody who can, be a natural artist from birth and draw realistically. I'm not going for realistic people. I'm going for fun, artsy images in my journal. And so realism's not important to me. Fun is important. And I promise I can help you improve. Yeah, no thinking. Okay. So the girls are fun because sometimes I just don't feel like drawing something. And then I can get a focal point in there really easily. This is Dilution's black ink in Tim's water brush. I give them funny hats, I make them dresses, I do all my journaling in their body. You know, it's just a fun way to get your focal point in there as well. And then you can also take your stencil and do a little bit more. Keep throwing my brushes in the water.
So did you teach yourself to draw faces?
I did.
How did you get the eye so perfect?
Practice.
Did you use a tutorial or anything? Or
No, I did not. I have.
That's a little bit of natural talent. Yeah. I don't think I can do that.
You can. I promise you. We need to sit down together. I promise you, because there's a little formula for it, and once you learn the formula, you're like, oh, you improve in an hour. When I teach my class, I make everyone draw before, and they usually want to kill me because they think I don't know why they think they're going to come to class and not practice. But I make them do it before, and then in 1 hour, I have them compare their before and their after, and most of the time they hug me because you can get so much better. There's this lovely artist named Kat Bennett. She wrote this beautiful book called The Confident Creative, and this is what she says in that book: that your results for drawing are equal to your devotion. So what are you devoted to? If you're devoted to it, your results equal that, and it really is true. If you take my class, I commit you to drawing 100 faces. Face a day for 100 days. Because if you do anything 100 times, you usually get better. Yeah, we even have Facebook groups going for it. And people do amazing work. So.